Hi, welcome to Parents Gap Year, the podcast that celebrates
living to travel and travelling to live.
I'm Anne-Marie McCormack, filmmaker and radio presenter.
And I'm Rod Gray, videographer and photographer.
We're married.
To each other.
And as our children are young adults who've almost fled the nest, this year we're travelling around the world ourselves.
Lots of people say they'd like to do this, so we're having a go at showing you how it can be done, with some top tips along the way.
So this is our warts and all travel experience where we reveal our highs and lows, what we learn about each other.
And more importantly, the great characters that we meet along the way.
We believe in Buddhism, karma. You do good, you get a good thing. You growing mangoes, you get mangoes. You growing wheat, you get wheat.
But you get a lot of expats, maybe they're from the UK, somewhere in Europe where the winter is cold and miserable, right? Yes. So they want to try something different, they come here, maybe they open up a business, maybe they work online.
Izzy.
Hello.
Our friend from Bristol, your sisters. So you joined us on our trip.
Well, you joined us on our trip, actually.
Exactly. We hijacked your trip. Thank you for reminding me. How rude of us.
We're still in Thailand and visiting Ao Nang in Krabi and Chiang Mai with more temples than we can cope with.
We are on the most idyllic beach in the world, I would say, that I've ever seen. The most amazing cliffs. It's like El Capitan in Yosemite times 10. This is near where the beach was filmed, the film. But in order to get here, we had to get here by boat. They're all little beautiful wooden boats, but they've got, as you say, they're diesel engines from a car on them. And there's about, we're looking out now.
That's what they look like.
Yeah. There's about 50 boats here, I would say.
And they're coming in and out now, it's an hour before sunset, continuously, to pick everybody up from the beach and take them back to the town. So it's like a racetrack going on.
So although to look around is the most stupendously beautiful scenery I think I've ever seen, yeah, there's one taken up.
It's actually hurting my ear to listen to that.
Is it?
So it's Railay Bay, which is a really...
We'll wait till the boat goes, actually.
It's a popular place to come to. It's very easy. It cost us 200 baht return, which is about... How much is that, Anna?
It's about 10 quid. Oh no, per person it's about 4 quid. And it's about 8 to 10 quid return for a journey that takes about 15 minutes.
So this was our foray into getting on a boat for Anne-Marie to acclimatise to elements of our journey which might involve some boating. And as a spectacle it is quite something, these boats coming in and out. But they do make it noisy. But you know, you can play some music and chill out. It's also smelly. Put a little film of diesel across everything, and it can't last for too much longer. You wouldn't have thought it'll ruin itself by polluting the very beauty that people have come to see. It's that paradox situation, isn't it? Well, while we're here in Krabi, we'll hopefully get out and do some snorkeling, and we're both feeling kind of fighting fit to get on a boat and go off to the islands, do a bit of swimming. It's supposed to be beautiful. I mean, it's all beautiful around here.
In the unlikely event of an emergency on board, we have life jackets under the benches. Our captain is cutting some fruit at the moment. We will bring it up in a minute. Then after the first dive, we will serve more snacks, more fruit, more muffins. And after the second dive, we will prepare lunch.
We're on a pretty nice swell on the boat. It's such a calm day. I have to say that the Thai sea that we've been in so far has been so warm. I don't think I've ever quite been in sea where you walk in and you don't even flinch once because it's just
And you're
gorgeous.
a flincher.
And I'm a flincher, yeah. For me, who doesn't love swelling boats, I've taken my quells to keep me going so that I don't feel sick. and because I'm the first person who would be. But they offered seasickness tablets and electrolyte stuff, which is really good. And suggested we put all our sun cream and everything on, even if you have skin that takes to the sun, which I don't. I've got lots of freckles, so I'm 50 factored up to the eyeballs. Yeah, and even though there's a cover on the boat, it will reflect back some of the
It's
UV.
a day at sea, you get a lot of sun,
Yeah,
a lot of UV bouncing around. So yeah, sun cream, hat,
I'm just looking
sunglasses,
at
t-shirt on and rash vest until you need it.
one of the girls is she's either meditating, she's got a towel over her head and lying down on the deck, ready to go, or she didn't get enough sleep last night.
Yeah.
And you're feeling a bit dodgy this morning with a sore ear and all sorts of things. So
Got a bit of an ear infection. I have to go to get something for that tonight. Definitely not diving, that wouldn't help it. The snorkeling will be fine.
And to be honest, this is the first day I felt okay for about 4 days. So I was streaming up until yesterday.
Yeah, we don't normally get virus colds,
Yeah.
but it's only
Anyway,
8:30.
8:30. Yeah. We'll be getting to our destination soon and our first snorkel.
You can see the islands. Islands are in front of us.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
I think that one's Poda Island.
one of
That's
the-
Chicken Island with a chicken head
Oh, yeah.
bit beyond. And we're going to some of the. I think we're going to the little outcrop islands in between snorkeling and diving.
There's mountain ranges all around us.
But also the forest grows over all the mountains, so you've got all these steep cliffs and these jutting up rocks, and they're half of them are green. It's lovely, very lush.
Stunning. I don't think I've seen anything like this ever. Parts of Australia you see it from the air, but when you're actually here, it is, and Croatia to a certain extent. But
Yeah.
it's the shape of the cliff faces are huge.
And it's the tropical forest that's in amongst it as well. It's quite different.
Yeah, it is quite different, and it's kind of sandstone colour as well as rustic red. It's beautiful.
Hello, my name is Svente. Svente. I am Swedish, yes.
And what are you doing on the boat?
Today I am snorkel guiding on the boat. Normally I work here as a diving instructor. Yeah.
So have you met other people on long trips like us?
Oh yeah. We get to quite a lot of people, especially in Anang. You have a lot of expats. Not really a lot of people doing like gap years like you guys do, but you get a lot of expats. Maybe they're from the UK, somewhere in Europe where the winter is cold and miserable, right?
Yes.
So they want to try something different. They come here, maybe they open up a business, maybe they work online. I came here when I was 12 years old the first time. As you can imagine, the winter in Sweden can be quite rough. It's very cold, probably a bit similar to the UK. And it's very dark as well, which I think is like one of the main issues. It's dark when you go to work, it's dark when you finish work. So I think my parents, they had a bit of seasonal depression and they wanted to try something different. So the first time we came here for about 3 months, just to sort of try it out, see what it was like. So I went to the school, my parents just had a long vacation. And we all absolutely loved it here in Thailand, so we came back and did the same thing the next year. And then I think eventually they realized that okay, they can't go on like a 3-month vacation every year, we don't have that much money. So they bought a restaurant here in Thailand that they still run today.
And they're still here. Amazing.
Actually, I started diving when I first came to Thailand and never stopped, and here we are.
So I'm just popping a couple of ibuprofen at the moment because I've got the lurgy. We're sharing everything on this trip. 2 weeks in.
More than expected, maybe, Sharon.
Yeah. So I've ended up getting your lurgy, which you've had for a few days.
Yeah, it's not crippling, is it? It's feel a bit weird though.
Yeah, I got about 4 hours sleep last night because I was coughing all night till about 3 in the morning. Had to sit up. I felt that bad. I thought I was choking. Anyway, I feel a bit better today, but I'm headachy and not right. However, we've just sat down on the balcony in Krabi now that we're here. It's beautiful weather. Had a swim, a bit of sunshine this morning, and we've had a lovely lunch. Do you want to describe the lunch we've just eaten and why it's all important to us?
You could sit down and have a cup of coffee and have your own lunch at this moment if you're listening. Some leftovers.
Leftovers.
In real terms. Some fruit we bought yesterday and some spring rolls and some fresh spring rolls which aren't fried. All vegetable. Trying to eat as much vegetarian as you can. It's easier.
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian, yeah. And none of that made sense.
No, I know. Well, what we've realised 2 weeks into the Asian leg of our trip, we are realising the things that become really important. Washing. We've managed to do some washing this morning, and we brought a little bar of soap. Well, I discovered you'd brought a little bar of soap.
2 bars of soap, actually.
2.
Emergency soap and secondary emergency soap.
Exactly, and we're keeping
That's how fucking prepared I am.
We're keeping the little package
what
that it goes.
preparation did you do, love?
I prepared mentally for going away.
Right, okay.
And I finished.
When did you do that?
Oh, shut up. Bloody hell.
You did bring some nuts.
This is the thing.
That was a thing for you to say.
Honest,
you brought nuts.
No, I've forgotten. I thought you were just having a dig at me. Anyway.
Well, it ended up like that, but it was an opportunity to say you brought the nuts.
I brought the nuts with seasonal fruit, so it's dried fruit as well. The things that we've realised that are really important.
You can hear the nuts in the plastic box that we brought with us.
Plastic box, which we will recycle many times over. I brought
4 of them because they all slot together.
That's right. Oh God, you're so prepared. Anyway,
I even brought an ice cube tray. That's my top tip. Bring your ice cube tray. Like we arrived here, got a fridge and a freezer in the room, but no ice cube tray.
Ice cube tray, which is plastic and quite easy to bring.
Very light. Whack it in your suitcase.
So the things that seem to be the most important, we are saving things like an elastic band is such an exciting find, because if you've got a tub that they give you at a market and they've stapled it together, which they have done, and then you're trying to reseal it because you haven't eaten all of it, you actually finding an elastic band to wrap it up is like, oh my God, that's brilliant. Or, as you've done on some of our tubs, put some sellotape. So you're reusing the sellotape to reseal things.
Wow.
Yeah.
This podcast is going to go stratospheric, really, isn't it? I mean, we're in Thailand, but ignore everything that's around us. It's the bit of sellotape that's 2 weeks old and a found elastic band.
Yeah.
Those are the highlights.
And my reusable Costa cup, other reusable cups are available, which I did bring with me. You brought the Bowden for the coffee.
Yeah, now we're being serious. Yeah, did bring a small 2-cup cafetiere or Bowden. Other brands are available.
Exactly. So
here it is. I can give you an audio example there.
I'll be really annoyed with you when I'm editing that, because that'll go right through my brain. Yeah. I also brought Earl Grey tea bags because that's what I drink. You brought some ground coffee because that's what we both drink.
Particularly nice Italian blend.
There you go. So what we are advising is that if there are things you're very welded to, dark chocolate, we brought some dark chocolate. So we have dark chocolate, nuts, Bowden, ground coffee, Earl Grey tea bags, because these are the things that we have in our daily life that are very important to us. So bring the stuff that is important. And I've realised...
Doesn't take up much room.
Doesn't take up room. And they're the things that bring you joy, especially when you land somewhere, because we travelled yesterday. We landed in the hotel. You've something you can chomp on immediately if you need it. Or you can have that cup of coffee if you need it. I've discovered Coffee Mate, actually. I normally drink oat milk, but I don't have it here. So Coffee Mate is my saviour, and you have your coffee black anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Sugar. So I did bring my own
you did bring
very dark
sugar.
molasses sugar tied up in a plastic little freezer bag, which does look suspiciously like a large lump of... No, we'll cut that out.
A large lump of ... Work it out for yourselves.
I got
But
it
it's
through
only
customs.
sugar. You
It's
got it
only
through
sugar.
customs.
Yeah.
Customs are very relaxed nowadays compared to what they used to be.
There's another story.
There's a totally other story, except you cannot bring a lighter.
No, some fool in front of us in the queue left his lighter in the suitcase.
He did.
He got hauled into customs and he had to take the lighter out of his suitcase.
But his bag of hash was fine, apparently, which he told us afterwards.
Apparently,
Yeah, it's amazing what you
Yeah.
can get through customs. It used to be hold up years ago in Thailand, but now everything is relaxed. One thing that's really been tricky for you, we were packing yesterday, and you came into the bathroom and said, I can't find my rain jacket.
It's not been tricky. I very easily lost it. It wasn't tricky at all.
No.
I have no idea where I left that. Some point when it wasn't raining.
I know, it's really annoying. We do have umbrellas, but it's a particularly nice rain jacket that you used to wear a lot on your bike.
Yeah, it was actually a rather good bit of kit. The only good bit of kit I brought with me. Everything else is just t-shirts.
So we're up the mountain in Chiang Mai at most exquisite Raoul's temple, and we're just taking photos of Izzy and Sophie, our sisters, who have joined us on our trip. We've been to 3 temples yesterday, and they were really quiet and peaceful. But this is off the scale.
This is buzzing. Yeah.
This is where all the tours go, so it's quite different. There are temples all around us where we're
Chiang
staying.
Mai is full of temples. Bling! Serious bling. But it's beautiful. Buddhas and dragons and intricate design. Goddesses. Everywhere. Bright and vivid.
I suppose it's the Thai equivalent of Art Deco, isn't it? Beautiful designs, hand-painted, but would make amazing wallpaper. You're ringing your bell.
Ring him a bell.
Wow, that was a loud one.
It's a bit loud. I was only tapping him before. I used the clacker that time.
Rod's being defiant. Ow, you hurt your knuckles. Well, you deserve that. You hit the biggest gong.
Maybe we weren't supposed to hit it so far.
Well, others seem to be doing it. Izzy,
Hello.
our friend from Bristol. Come over, Sophie. Sisters. So you've joined us on our trip.
Well, you joined us on our trip, actually.
Exactly. We hijacked your trip. Thank you for reminding me. How rude of us. Krabi was originally your idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I had to meet my daughter in Krabi.
Yeah. So you had 5 days with her.
And I wanted to go to Krabi.
And you wanted to go to Krabi.
And you'd been to Krabi many times before.
Not for 35 years.
And so you went, welcome to Magaluf.
Yeah.
When you actually saw it, you think it's really changed.
It's really changed.
Not in a good way.
Well, in a good way for people that are coming for, a week or two, because it's very easy to get to now. Everything's very accessible.
Yeah, but there's loads and loads of, as we call them, tat shops.
Yeah, loads of tat shops. Too many people, basically.
But a spectacular view.
Spectacular view, yeah.
So what's your impression of it? Because it was your first time.
It was my first time in Krabi. I was a bit disappointed with the water quality of the sea. Having been in Thailand 25 years ago, I think it was all blue and transparent.
I think it's the season.
And the corals, I was really sad to see half the corals have died.
95% of the coral's dead, but that might be because of the warming of the sea and not just the tourists diving it.
Yeah, I was expecting to see those little bamboo huts that you were telling me about, and instead we came across concrete.
Before the tsunami, there was much more huts on the beach, is that right?
And then they rebuilt everything in concrete. Although I don't think Anang got terribly affected by the tsunami.
I don't think it was hit that badly.
No. Yeah, I mean, they still had water, they still had destruction, but not so many deaths as PP or Phuket.
Yeah, we've come to Chiang Mai.
It's 2 hours by plane.
Yeah.
Different vibe, totally, isn't it?
Yeah, because it was all good. I like the old city's already constructed, so I think they have quite strict rules.
And you do feel you're in the middle of a town that's living and breathing and not just set up for tourists. And so, night market last night, what did you think of that?
That had changed. Before it was more authentic, now it's tourist crap.
A lot of stuff from China again.
All the same stuff you find in Krabi. Did you see anything different? No.
No.
You're right, in all the stalls, pretty much all the clothing stalls,
Yes.
the dresses were very similar.
Everything's the same.
Yeah.
Whereas it used to be sort of 50% that and then 50% amazing stuff.
And food? Well, the food is lovely.
The food is lovely.
Yeah, the food's
amazing.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
And cheap.
And really cheap. And last night walking along that
Canal.
yeah, with all the lanterns, it was really pretty, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they were left over from some religious festival and they haven't taken them down.
Yeah.
And the food was fabulous there, even though it was absolutely dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
£6 for 4 of us with beers.
Well, it was 8 actually.
Was it
I
8?
got on the app.
It was 8.
It was £8. £8.14 or something ridiculous, but it was about that. But my goodness, that's £2 a head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
including alcohol.
Including alcohol, yeah.
Which is essential.
Which was the most expensive part.
Where we're staying, of course, we're staying with this amazing woman,
Pissimone,
who is the hostess with the mostest.
My name is Pissimone. That's where you stay, Pissimone House. The reason why I use my name as the house, because before I had 20 rooms guest house. I saw that house. My old guest came back and said, "Hey, Pissimone, where can we stay?" I said, "Yeah, a lot of 1,000 rooms in Chiang Mai." They say, but they don't have Pissimone.
We arrived from Krabi yesterday. We were tired, we were hot. And we arrived in Chiang Mai, and you welcomed us at the door. And there's this huge dining area with free bananas. Honestly, free bananas. We're like, oh, and there's a whole kitchen area, and we can have cups of tea. And my husband had a tummy upset, and you gave him some medicine to help his tummy. I know why you get good reviews, because you're such a good hostess.
It's natural. For 20 years I have done this. If anyone in trouble, if I can do, I cannot stop myself to not helping them. It's my nature. When people say, "I'm sick," my brain just ding, okay?
You're like a mummy.
Yeah, I am grandma.
You look like a mummy. You told me yesterday you were 72. You look so fantastic for 72, but you're walking up and down steps all day long because there's 2 flights. Is there 2 flights of stairs?
Yeah, 2.
And they're
two
quite...
up, and the other one as well. Go up and down.
Yeah.
So if I did it 10 times a day, that means I walk 30 floors like that.
Keeps you very, very fit.
I came here to study at Chiang Mai University. I met my husband here. My husband was instructor, and he got scholarship to go to America. So he found someone to marry. No, he found me.
Oh, I'm sure he just didn't find you to marry. He fell in love with you.
Because my brother was pilot. So they know each other. So he followed me to Ratchaburi and asked my mom to marry and take me to America for 3 years. I worked at Hilton Hotel. First, I worked at Vietnamese restaurant. I speak Vietnamese fluently the first year. Second year, I go to Hilton Hotel. I got Employee of the Month of the Hilton Hotel.
What job were you doing?
I work in the kitchen. I work as the pantry.
Yes.
Pantry, do salad, sandwich, like that. So after 3 years, my husband had to come back because he got scholarship. He had to come back. And now he is 77, going to be 78 years old. He was vice president of Chiang Mai University. And he is full professor.
So you obviously learned a lot about being a hostess from being in the Hilton, or did you learn all of that before?
I learned from my mom. My mom, she is very good hostess. She has barber shop, and she's the one who just sit behind the shop and smile, and people come greeting. Everybody like to talk to my mom.
Before we went out yesterday, you advised us to go round by the river. Absolutely beautiful. And we walked all the way around. And then we found a place to eat. And it was very cheap. Would have been £50-60, I think, in the UK, what we ate yesterday. So very cheap to live in Chiang Mai.
Yes, but you make a lot of money as well if you compare.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Yes.
So it's all relative, isn't
Yes.
it? I think your place is booked because your location is great.
Yes.
So there's lots of nice restaurants around us. There's beautiful temples.
No, but people still complain. If you read, we cannot make 100% people happy. Some people they come very quick. I stay next door.
But the way you treat people here, I think it's amazing. It's very welcoming, and you sat down at the table yesterday and gave us all these tips, and you rang a taxi person who's about to arrive in 10 minutes to bring us rather than booking a tour. You're saving us lots of money.
But now I'm 72. I need happy and money after. Even I don't make money. I am very happy if people don't book the tour. They can go by themselves because they can see the one unseen, the one the tour don't stop. You pay me back by you are happy. This is you pay back already, but if people check out and complain, no place perfect.
No, actually what you look at is how it feels and how you feel when you're in the space. Like this morning, Rod and I came down and we have a toaster here.
Yeah.
None of the rooms we've been in the last 3 weeks have had a
we
toaster.
have microwave already.
You have a microwave. So we could make ourselves some toast.
Yeah.
And our lovely bananas that you give us.
Cookies.
And cookies. Cup of tea when you arrive with cookies when you're tired and hungry.
Yeah.
That's all brilliant stuff. Do you only remember the bad reviews, or do you remember all the good reviews?
The bad review, I just leave it.
Good woman.
Because nobody can make everybody 100% happy. If they say, hey, Mom, have complaint, I say, don't tell me. I do my best. When you come to Thailand, please, whoever you talk to, you give them smile. The same as you look at the mirror. You get smile back. Some people come here very bossy, very sour. So Thai people don't like. Not acceptable. We believe in Buddhism, karma. You do good, you get a good thing. You growing mangoes, you get mangoes. You growing wheat, you get wheat. Happy travel. Look at the positive thing, like that. But be careful. I'm not saying everywhere safe.
You give out what you receive.
That's right. The best reward. Sorry.
Awesome. There's the phone. That's probably our taxi person arriving. Do you reckon?
I think it is.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Up next, we're off to Laos with an exceptional slowboat trip down the Mekong River, ending at the beautiful Luang Prabang.
So today we're on our second day on the Mekong River. Yeah. Yesterday we saw a dead body in the river.
And the money's always exciting, isn't it? I mean,
yes, we're millionaires while we're in Laos.
Everything's 100,000.
We're multi-millionaires.
Spent millions.
We have spent millions. These are the boring bits of travel, it's having to do all the arrangements. It takes its time.
It definitely takes its time, I can see that.
Having not been involved in it at all.
This podcast has been created and edited by Anne-Marie McCormack with her collaborator and co-traveller Rod Gray. Music is by Serge Guidoado and Segvari, with the sound mix by Gary McIntyre. If you'd like to see pictures and videos of the places we've been to and the people we've met, please go to the Parents Gap Year Instagram page. And if you've enjoyed the podcast, please follow and share it. Thanks so much for listening.